Facebook Live, everybody. And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Landmark. Man, Tim, are we on episode 22?
Yes, we are.
Wow. Man, rolling right along. So we heard, I guess it was today. Was it today or over the weekend that the wipe is definitely on for the 11th? Correct me if I'm wrong, Corain or Kat. I'm not sure where. I haven't seen that in post, but it was. I heard it was put on the forums and on Twitter. So,
yes, I've got the tweet from Terry Michaels right here. Quote, "We ran into a couple of coordination issues that require us to push out the landmark update until currently May 11th. Sorry, all."
All right.
Yeah, that was
cool.
the old. That was that old post. That's what that is.
Well, no, there was a previous one that said to the week of May 11th, but that one gives us, if I understand correctly, that gives us a hard date. You're right. Wow. Well, what a weekend it was. We worked on the movie. We had 40 plus people on the set, and man, we got a lot done. We showed a lot of the clips this morning on the Morning Brew, and it's looking really, really good. So we got the dailies up for anybody that was in that was there for the filming. You can go to the Colossus TeamSpeak server, and Kat or Car can drop, or Pantera can drop the link in the TeamSpeak. So if you were in there, you can look at the dailies. Now, we have not published all the dailies. We're holding some of the stuff back. There's some really good content out there. We even captured some content for our next project. So it should be fun. Looking forward to it.
And it looks like Corain just posted the update text there. "We've decided it's in the best interest to move the update wipe to begin on Monday, May 11th. Exact timing is still TBD, and we do still anticipate at least 48 hours of downtime."
But there was somebody who said it was not that, it was the quote that it will happen on the 11th, we just don't know how long. Someone said that, and I can't figure out who or where the source was.
We were talking about it today.
I
for
know.
Sure. I think Kat and Car can do it. Yeah, Trelawney. So Trelawney asked, you guys have a really weird time for the Monday Let's Talk show to start. And well, typically we start at 1:30, but just having to mess with Skype and OBS is always fun. So we're delayed a few minutes, but we do this show on Monday so we can get the European crowd. And then on Wednesdays we have the other Let's Talk Landmark show on Tim's channel, and that's at 7:30 in the evening Eastern time, so we can get the West Coast folks as well. So it's good. So today we wanted to go over, man, the wipe is at hand. We now have a solid date for this thing. We've been touring. There are definitely a lot fewer people in game, and I think a lot of folks are they're just waiting, just biding their time. They're anxious.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's no other way to put it. They're anxious for this big update.
I want new stuff, Gio.
I know, man.
I want new stuff.
Well, here's what's cool is we think that they pushed the wipe back so that we could finish our movie. It gives me an extra week to do editing, so we're gonna make the most of it. We still got one scene left to shoot, rescuing Lady K. So as soon as we can track her down, we're gonna save her, and that'll be that.
I think the biggest thing is nobody really wants to get into anything, and then have to start all back over, replace claims that they may be working on. People hate having to take a claim and then find exactly where it was that it was placed at, so that it lines up with another one, and then they got to terraform everything around it to make sure that it fits, and people just are kind of discouraged about even starting something because of that reason.
Well, the good news is, despite that discouragement, there were hundreds of people that watched the show this morning, the Morning Brew, looking at the unique users and our stats on Twitch. So lots of people. It's not that people have lost interest. It's exactly what Tim has said. People just don't feel like messing with stuff when they're going to have to start over here shortly. Now, if you're building, and as Bob Dobbs says, just get in there and build. Keep building. He's going like mad. He's full steam ahead. No moss under that guy's feet. So everything you build will be automatically templated for you and put into your account. Our characters are getting wiped. The things that you purchased in the Station Cash with Station Cash, which is now called Daybreak Cash,
I guess so.
DGC.
They could have left it station cash. That's what we call it anyway. But
They
it
should
has
have made it.
has
they should
nothing
have
to
made
do
it-
with Sony, does it?
Could have been Daybucks. Come on.
Daybucks.
That's great.
DVDs.
Wow, man. So how come you
Daybreak
didn't come up
Bucks?
with that recommendation earlier? That would have been
I
perfect.
hadn't had my coffee yet.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm good with that.
Daybreak the Blooms.
So correct me if I'm wrong though, but we get everything that we bought with Station Cash and whatever's in our template storage. Template storage, not if it's a template that's sitting in your inventory. If it's only in your inventory and you haven't right clicked on it to save it, you ain't getting it back. Right? It ain't happening.
Nope.
So today, running around the Morning Brew, we saw a lot of cool stuff. There are a lot of people that are still building like crazy, and we are still stumbling on amazing claims that we've not seen before. And we've still got people giving us the heads up. Hey, come look at my stuff. I've been working on something new. So there are people still building and cranking it out. But real quick, man, I want to talk about the movie project for a couple of minutes. I know Pantera and Tenma were here over the weekend, and Kat and Carr and 40 other people that helped us with the set. David was, you were out mountain climbing, weren't you? Or hiking?
Yep. Yep.
That was good, man.
In
No,
the Cascades.
no interwebs out there, right?
No.
Did
Actually,
you bring
I, what?
You were
I
like a
was gonna-
fish out of water, weren't you?
I was going
me?
to ask if he brought his
Absolutely
boots and
not.
his
No,
grappling
I go out in the woods all the time. I actually went right past the Oso mudslide.
Are you the guy wearing that Wookiee suit?
No.
Yeah, it was. He was.
No, I was the guy who took the picture.
Indeed. Okay. Now that we've got that figured out. Well, David, man, can you talk about the shoot over the weekend?
Well, it was pretty interesting, at least from my point of view. I was an extra, so I get to see it from the other side of things. I've been doing the streaming of, like from my point of view or something like that. That way, if there was something that Gio found that was interesting or whatever, he wanted to see it from another point of view, it would be there. I had plans to do like a bloopers type reel using all of that stuff, and there is so much video that I don't even know if it's possible. Having
You
to sort
stream now.
everything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you stream the entire time we had all of our filming sessions
Pretty much, yeah.
during the week? So you have likely 4 or 5
I've
times
got
as
some
much,
audio that you don't have.
and you've got 4 or 5 times as much footage as I have.
Probably, yes.
Because you were rolling, your camera was rolling the whole time that I was sitting
Now-
there.
There's a lot of times my UI was up, and there was a lot of times when my UI was down. But I kept flipping back and forth, to have hopefully some, maybe some imagery or something that you can like rip out or something. I don't know. The coolest thing is I've got all that audio, and from a different perspective, I guess. So
And this is audio from inside TeamSpeak, right?
from TeamSpeak and the game, I think. Maybe a little bit of the game stuff. I got most of that stuff turned down.
Yeah. Well, the TeamSpeak was
It was
certainly
bumping.
interesting. Well, what was cool is I sent a message to Domino on Friday because she gave us a big shout out in her weekend wrap up, and I invited her to come join us. Invite a couple of devs. So Domino indeed showed up. She was there, and in fact, she played an extra in a lot of our scenes, our combat scenes, and even at the World Gate, we had an epic march. So you were sleeping this morning when we started the morning brew, but we had a 20-minute pre-roll.
Yes.
We had a 20-minute pre-roll of, remember the foxhole you dug for the camera?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had what is like 100 or 200 people walking up through the World Gate to leave Landmark as it's burning.
We had about, I think it was like 40 people inside of TeamSpeak for like 3 days in a row there during the recording process.
And what we did,
And that
well,
was just in your channel.
it's not what I did. It's Tinma put a teleporter pad on the other side of the World Gate, so you couldn't see the people teleporting out. So they'd walk through the World Gate, hit the teleporter pad, and they'd show up behind my location where I'm filming. So we had this endless stream of people, and they would change outfits. It was really cool.
You walk up the ramp, you go through the portal, and before you hit the other pad, change uniforms, jump on the next pad, pop back up on the other side, and keep rolling. That was
It was
kind of an idea, I
yeah,
guess.
it was cool stuff. And then we got a cameo with Domino. So we're all hanging around the campfire. So there's a scene where we're all hanging around the campfire, waiting for the rest of Landmark to arrive, and we got a cameo where Domino says, "Good job, everybody. Now get back to work." It was good. But thank you, Domino. Thank you so much for showing up and for the big shout out. We had a great turnout, and gotta love this Landmark community. It was pretty cool. So Pantera, did you have a favorite moment over the weekend that kind of stuck out for you?
Other than being called a princess, I think still doing the battlefield scenes and doing the some of the more less some of the less haphazard scenes, like doing the drop ship, things out of just sitting there nodding.
Yeah, that was nodding.
Okay. Doing like some of the drop ship stuff, some of the more coordinated things, or I like. I do wish we had a little bit more visible weapons from afar. Like we're noticing when doing the bows and arrows, and they showed up like 15 meters away and then started there. Whereas the staff is kind of the slower. I would like to see a little bit better than that. But doing the same outfit, same thing, same coordination kind of thing, I think was my favorite so far.
It looks like Devlin's here. He sent me. He got my message right before we started the show. So, Devlin, you need to hook up with Pantera. He's got something for you. We need to do. So, he'll.
We just need his voice. We just need his voice.
And him.
Oh yeah.
No, if you have him do it, then he knows about it.
Yeah.
No, he'll know.
I know, that's fine. It's good. It's good stuff. So, Dyfa, did you get a chance to look at the dailies that we posted in the TeamSpeak server from the weekend?
A few of them, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely saw the thing you posted this morning.
So, and did you see the stuff that I played during the show?
Some of it, yeah. I was still getting ready before the show started.
So
But
you
yeah,
missed
I've
all
seen
this. So you missed the weekend shoot. So what's your take on it for not being there and having seen the stuff? What comments?
It looks incredible. It looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it's all turning out. I can't wait to see what you stitched together from it.
Are you adding like other sound effects and?
No, I was just pushing my push to talk button because I'm used to it. Sorry.
I was talking to Gio. I was talking to Gio about the movie.
Well, so
I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
So my goal with this promo film is to not add any special effects. The goal is to make the movie the promo with all in-game audio and the music from Landmark. And then the only things that we'll add would be a little bit of dialogue. It's going to be a short piece. I'm hoping somewhere between the 5 to 10 minute range. So there will be a few spoken lines, but not too many. And those will be the only audio that we add. Now we've got Dyfed's got a huge library of sound and sound effects. You've heard of most of them on the Morning Brew. So when we do the longer episode, the 21-minute piece, we'll probably add some audio then. But this is going to be straight up, all created in the game, all shot in the game. No special, nothing done in post other than just straight up editing.
In a world destroyed by devs.
The end of the world is not.
Oh, if we could only get that Hollywood voiceover guy.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that trailer. Yeah, the movie trailer.
But Zexadu says we need to get Neverhead. Neverhead does have a fabulous voice. Yeah, so the one thing we've noticed is in this Landmark community, there is so much talent available for voiceover, for writing, for cinematography, directing, producing, organizing everybody. I mean, everyone's got these skill sets that they bring from what they do in their day jobs and from their hobbies. And we're bringing it all together to see stuff happen in this game that we just honestly didn't think was possible.
We want more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need. Well, there's a lot of things we need. Let's see.
I'll be right. I'm getting yelled at. Hold on. I'll be right back. Go ahead. Yeah, you can talk, man. Talk. You got it covered. Go.
Okay. There's several things we need. One of the main things is more emotes. We definitely need the break face. We need to be able to actually die using an emote.
Emote sequences.
Yeah, emote sequences. Being able to macro those, that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, and as Chris in the chat points out, sit. We need to be able to sit.
Yep.
Down. Sit down.
Sit, sleep, dead. Some of the actual commands, trying to put them in sequence, and you type them, you hit enter, and then you hit enter, and you press up, and you go, and you can loop that one over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But
face palm would be a good one.
It's all in sequence. So as you're trying to get that next one to perform a loop, once you get 2 or 3 emotes in a row there, trying to loop them, it gets a little tedious sitting there doing like this, trying to get it onto the next emote. Maybe it would even be kind of nice to have maybe a little smiley face over in the corner where I could just click the smiley face and bring up a little menu and just doop doop doop, put them in sequence, and just I can sit there and hit them in order. That would be one way of solving it.
It's a little tiresome typing out congratulate tribal dance.
Well, it's not just
frustrated.
that. It's also the fact that you have to change a mood to do something. And then, yes, I'm pointing. You're over here, actually.
Yes.
You have to change your mood and then type in something to get the desired effect. So it's not just typing in the emote, like congratulate, which I think is stupidly long, but like yay. But you have to say sad in this and then okay in this. It's like, can we just name them all something different? But that's me.
Well, we think it's clear to us that movie making, filmmaking inside Landmark is definitely a possible thing. I mean, a big possible thing. We're doing it with just what we've got right now, but if they were able to implement a bunch of new things that we figured out that we need into the UI, wow, what a huge change it would be. So the end goal here is to promote Landmark, and I think what better way to do it than to make entertainment, just to make films and videos that are entertaining, telling stories. And we're for those that have seen some of the highlights, some of the from the dailies, and watched the show today, you got to see some of the combat scenes and the march through the World Gate. I think you get a feel for what I'm talking about, because the stuff I showed is just scratching the surface of what I've got, actually what I filmed. So everybody who was there for the shoots got to see all that stuff being done live, but you got to see it from my camera angle. It's pretty impressive, and honestly, we want to really increase the visibility of Landmark. So we're hoping that this is going to help in a tremendous way.
Has any of the devs ever mentioned anything about using this like how we're doing this, or is this not something you think they were considering?
No, all right. Tim and I talked to Jeff Butler, I think more than any dev there, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was full of incredible ideas, but I don't think we ever once talked about filmmaking while we were there. Talked a little bit about that topic with Ben Zinrath, the guy who made the Zinrath Productions, who made the Axeman video, which is possibly one of the most entertaining videos until the taco video.
Yes. Okay.
That was made in Landmark. In fact, speaking of the taco video, could you drop that in the Twitch chat so everyone can see it?
Yeah. Of course I will. Self promotion always works for me.
It's that time of day.
Yep.
Got to grab that cuckoo clock when he pops out. Strangle the heck out of him.
My cat has tried.
Yo, that's a big jump, dude.
I want to see that happen behind you. The cat trying to get it. Let's see.
Is that your impression of a cat?
Yes. So you're gonna have people like cat lovers trying to kill me now.
Watch out.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
I'm
There's the
a
video.
I'm a dog guy. I can't help it.
So I've
It was
got
late, by the way.
I'm gonna bring up something right quick.
Yeah.
That being that we're kind of between subjects here. Voxel Farm just put out in their latest update. You can actually fine tune scene resolution, which equals LOD zone area, scene resolution, and simplification of level of detail. So it's kind of cool that they have slide bars where you can go in there and modify the render distance, and I think that is something we'd really like to see inside Landmark at some point in time. They also added more items to their basic library of prefabs or basic shapes library, which we have not got any of that kind of stuff inside of Landmark other than what was it, like 7 basic shapes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got a bunch more inside of Voxel Farm, so hopefully we'll see that being implemented into the game at some point.
It's not only that, but I also like to see a little bit of the mesh render distance, because right now, like even like filming the Stargate, you step back and half the lights disappear, and you're like, well, dang it, and you kind of got to move up a little bit.
Well, it's only certain items that are like that. I mean, there's some items you see at farther distance than other items.
Props when you make the props small, when you reduce them, they drop out quickly, and especially certain props like rope, for example. We definitely need the ability to change that LOD, on the fly, and to change the camera lens itself from wide angle to normal. So go from 18 millimeter to 50 millimeter to 70.
Well, they had that in EQ too, where you actually could adjust your viewing angle. So, and I zoomed it all the way out so I could see more what's around me, but it's definitely, I don't see why that.
Now, when
should
you
be
zoomed
there.
out, I mean, are you zooming in and out from your character, or
No, you could actually change
is it the
this.
first? You could change the first person
You could change
angle.
if you're first person or in third, you could change how much you saw this way.
Neat.
If you wanted to see this, or if you wanted to see 180, you could
That's
actually
what we
do that.
need. That's it right there. That's
Well-
one of the things we need.
Yeah, but this is itchy. What's that? I can't help it. I was about to say something and it just took over. The weird thing, I know what what Pantera is talking about. If I'm hovering in the air and I have the gate like at one location, and or I'm on the battle scene and all those props and the lights and all that kind of stuff, and if I am looking through first person, I can see everything. I scroll my mouse back or scroll my mouse wheel back, and then I still see it if I'm really close to my character. But if I roll back away from my character, things start disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
what you're
absolutely.
talking about, right?
Well, that's a combination of two different things. It's basically it's like you're rendering from your camera distance, not your like your character distance.
Exactly.
But also it's basically the field of view. Like, if do you see this, or do you see this, or do you see this? Be able to pinpoint it. So it's a combination of two different things we're actually talking about. But
Yep.
um, I'm not a fan of the current rendering distance. Period. Even looking at like my little mech when you're sitting on, even sitting at the foot of the stairs, its legs are missing. You know, because the props are small. And
Well, I've always wanted it to be where if I'm looking across that plane of existence, I want to see trees in the distance. I want to see, the buildings that other people have made in the distance. I want to be able to see that,
not a block.
not a block. That's something that's really immersive about a game. When I can look off in the distance and I see realism, something that really pulls me into that game and makes me want to be there. Oh, what is that up on the hill? Let's go check it out. Let's go,
Squirrel.
Excuse me.
That's
But
right.
that's the kind of stuff I'm after. When I go into the video games, I look for those little detail stuff like that. That's one of the things I really liked about Skyrim. I could stand up on a hill and I'm like, whoa, there's a house over there. That's the thing I liked about Skyrim, but at the same time, it came with so many bugs it was freaking pathetic. But
Yeah. Well, for the level of immersion that we're going to need, certainly for EverQuest Next, we're going to need that level of detail at that kind of distance. It's just so. But we're a long way off from that. But seriously, someone made the comment about there's been so many movies and videos done in Minecraft that's done so much to promote that game and been a huge part of its success. I strongly encourage the dev team over there, Daybreak, to take note of that and help us enable some of these small, easy to do things that we think would be a huge boon for us, macros or emotes, that kind of thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Tim, you were just about to say?
what?
Fair enough.
But yeah, the whole idea about making movies inside of Landmark, goodness. But they're going to have to expand the tool sets to be able to do that kind of stuff, like placeable cameras, being able to switch between cameras on the field without having to move my character continuously to be able to do that.
Would that maybe require being able to, or possible to actually have it record multiple camera angles at once? Is that too much graphic push?
That's
no,
that's not what I'm referring to. That's way too much. Way too much to handle there. What I'm picturing is like a ghost form. I can go in ghost form, or kind of like when you go into a combat area but you're not fighting, you're an observer.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can fly around and you're looking through like first person view. It's kind of like that, but you've already set up points that you want to be able to record from. And I could sit there and just hit a button and I could flip to that next point that I've placed in the world. But you
Oh,
can
like
only
this-
have so many of those out in the world because, well, it would just get
Well,
ridiculous after a while.
three would be amazing.
Yeah, 3 would be perfect.
Yeah, because and also if
Three-
you could program the motion of the camera, so to have the camera sliding along the ground, have this camera sliding along the ground, have this other camera going up slowly like this. I think those kind of things would be
But-
huge.
3
And you,
plus your
um,
3 plus your character. That's 4 in total. I mean, that's pretty impressive if it can be done.
Did any of you play the old X-Wing or TIE Fighter series from LucasArts? It was a
Yep.
space sim. They used to have a feature where you could record what you were doing.
flight
They-
recorder.
they have it
and
in
it
World of
was an
Tanks.
in-game recorder, and then you could go back and review what was recorded, and you can move the camera within the recording.
Oh,
you could have
yes,
You could have the
Perfect.
camera either following you. You could have it following your target. You could move it around. You could do all sorts of things with the camera in the recording after you'd already recorded it.
And I think that'd be a
World
little
of
difficult with
Tanks has
Landmark.
World
World
of Tanks
Tanks has
that. They have replays, and you can go back and watch every single replay that you recorded. There's a folder in there. All you got to do is go in there and click.
Can you
and
change
sit there and watch
Can you
yourself.
change the angle of the camera? in
Everything.
World of Tanks.
I can
Were you
follow
watching the
enemy
replays?
tanks. I can follow
Cool.
one of
That's
my
cool.
own people's tanks, and you can see exactly what they did and how stupid they were. I mean,
Well,
it's pretty
we talked
cool.
about this. We talked about this on the show today, and also on Friday's show. But the ability to bind sight to somebody else, like we do in EverQuest,
Yeah.
EverQuest 2, yeah, that would be fantastic. Because then Tinmo could be the camera. He could be that second camera, and as he's making the run that we want the camera to make, I could bind sight to him with a single command, and so there's a lot of potential here, and I think some of the stuff is going to be really easy to do. We got crushed with frame rates at the site at Captain George's where all the mechs are.
Somebody else brought up something yesterday about lenses, being able to change the way the lens is
Yeah, I think that was Jinkies. Jinkies and I were
first
talking
person.
about that. Yeah.
on your first person character, be able to change the way you view something in some sort of way. That could be another tool. You could have a movie mode all by itself.
Well, heck, I'd like that just for regular gameplay. I usually don't do first person just because I don't like the way the camera angle is set up. It's too
Well,
much of a fisheye lens for me.
having a movie mode, when you go into movie mode, you don't have a mouse. There's no mouse pointer
So,
that you can
while we're-
highlight players, stuff like that. The stuff
Timma would go strutting across the screen, and all of a sudden he'd walk in front of my invisible mouse pointer that I could not see, and isn't it's like a police tape. It's like the coroner tape outline around your character.
It's a force field. Just
It's
put in a little
radiation.
force field,
All right,
radiation.
sound effect, and
that's for,
I'm
our,
the
that's, for
Hulk.
our next, that's for our next movie.
But there's a lot of stuff. It's not just the camera points and that. I just forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. I feel like
Well, I mean, you think of some of the other games that really took a massive explosion just because of that ability to do recordings within it. Halo, red versus blue.
red versus
those
blue,
are
yeah.
hilarious.
Um,
Those are hilarious.
of course, Minecraft, which I'm not a fan of Minecraft movies, but yeah, it's okay. It's all good. Trying to think of another good one.
They do
World
well
of
on YouTube.
Warcraft. World of Warcraft, of course.
Yeah.
They had a really big web presence just by having idiots going. It was just stupid. And
When we get the twerk emote, that's going to happen.
I tell you, you give us twerking, we will make this game
Number one.
explode.
Well, there's a band called the Lonely Mountain Band, and they got started as players in Lord of the Rings Online, doing the in-game music stuff, and they developed an actual band. They put out records and everything now.
Wow. Okay, man. That's
So, it doesn't. They might not see it in their long-term vision, but don't pass it up. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I see some great comments here in chat. So Zexadu says the night vision camera would really bring those sci-fi war builds to life. That would be awesome. Bob Daw, being able to L&T camera props would be part of the DM tools. Movie making aspect is just a bonus. Hey, agreed. Great thoughts. Yeah.
Oh, we
Trigger-
didn't shoot in the
yeah.
8-bit mode.
No, we didn't do any of that. That would have been fun. Murat Leroy Jenkins.
That would be a part of the lens selection.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, and that there you've got proof that it's that they have the capability of it
Mm-hmm.
because they've
Yeah.
already done it.
Do a sepia tone. Do a
Yeah. You could do it. You could do it all in the game without having to do it in your editor. That's the coolest part. I mean,
Well,
you could take it straight out in raw format and chop off the ends and put it together, and boom, you got a movie.
So we shot more footage, more usable footage in the first day of filming. With we had about 40 extras there, but in day one, I shot more footage in the first 4 hours than you would normally be able to shoot on on a film set of any kind in like 4 days. So it was really surprising. We were able to build the sets on the fly and tweak them as we needed them. So as the scene progressed, and we needed the set to look different as the scene progresses, we're able to do that in real time, or near real time. Tim would take 5 minutes, make some updates to the battlefield, and we're great for the next shot. So it was. Tell you what, this is really has the potential to be something very significant in the industry. Who
You
knows?
see why most movie makers are going to CGI stuff now, because they could do it as they want it, exactly the way they want it.
Yeah. Well, what's cool about Landmark is that no CGI, and we're doing this in real time. I mean, the effects that we would normally add in post are actually happening in real time, and so you save a ton of time on post production. So all I have to do in the post production is just edit, and then add voiceovers, which is going to be good stuff.
It's gonna be really funny when you hear, something like this coming out of Tim's character.
You do have a male character, right?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, we saw it last night. You don't want to see it.
I tried
Take
to
on
show
them.
George last night, but he didn't want to see my male character.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it.
Yeah, folks, make sure you hit our YouTube channel. You'll see what clips I've put up there for everyone to see from the filming. There's a bunch of stuff up there for everyone. And Tim, do you have any of the behind the scenes stuff uploaded to YouTube? From your Twitch?
I've got to go. Like I said, I've got to go through and start cutting to be able to get stuff out of it. I mean, there's so much.
Go hit Tim's past broadcasts and
Yeah.
for this last week, and you'll see live a lot of the stuff we were doing. That'd be a great way to get an idea of what we've been working on.
Everything that says blooper reels is all video that was recorded as Geo was doing his thing, and there's a few me goofing around at the front and the end of it, but for the most part, everything that's in those videos are the bulk of the behind the scenes stuff.
So for anybody who's just tuning in or wondering what this movie stuff is we're talking about, we are telling the story of the big wipe that's happening, where they're wiping the closed beta, they're wiping it clean, deleting, erasing characters. We get to keep stuff that we've paid cash for in the station store, and we get to keep templates that we've saved. But inside the game, though, there's a story to tell. It's the end of the world is coming, and we've got a story for how the end of the world is happening.
I mean,
And
the way I'm kind of envisioning this, you've got, we do have like people from all walks of life doing all different kinds of things, creating some pretty awesome stuff, no matter, if it's high level or low level or whatever. I mean, you're still doing some pretty cool stuff no matter what. You can have guys like, you have guys that do nothing but make quest stuff. You've got guys that do nothing but build stuff. You got stuff that people that just like doing combat. You got people that like making movies. You got guys that maybe likes to do scripting, like doing all the words and stuff like that. And you pull all that stuff together into one location. You've got the combat guys, they're your extras. You've got guys that are making quests, so they've already got people or characters that are sitting there kind of doing the talking and stuff as you go up there and talk to them. You got the builders, they're your set designers. You've got everything to make a movie there. And
and you don't have to be a professional.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a professional.
I mean, hey, look at us.
That is the best part.
So I think this the movie aspect is probably the one piece that's pulling everything together. Everybody was talking about a game loop.
Yeah.
What better way to do it? It's screw an economy, screw a piece of coin that's going to do some kind of game loop. Movie making will do the same exact job if you just set it up exactly right.
Yeah.
It's another way of looking at it.
And so I'm very much hoping that this is going to be something that inspires other people to start doing their own projects. You need a ready bunch of people to help build and perform. Come to the Colossus community on the Colossus TeamSpeak. There are literally dozens of people who have the skills to do this, or the time, or at the minimum they have the enthusiasm, which is what's needed most. Because,
or you can just be crazy.
Yeah.
Or you want to be that one person who has a story to tell, and you don't know how to do it.
You got a story to tell, and nobody wants to hear you talk about it. It's okay. Come in. I'll mute you.
No, it's the whole idea of like even going back to when we were talking. I was talking to Gia about doing web comics and stuff. Frame by frame, text bubble kind of thing. But I like this a lot better.
So you know what? My screen just went blank. But my open broadcaster says we're still broadcasting.
Yeah, I'm still getting the stream.
Okay. All right.
It flickered.
There's a few other people in chat who had to refresh too.
All right.
It flickered for a second there, but it's still going.
All right. That's good. I won't hit refresh because that'll erase all the chat on the stream. Let me see if I can load up a piece of footage here for everybody to watch. Tim, in the meantime, you got another subject you wanted to hit on real quick, or something's happened in the forums?
Let's see. Did you go over Terry saying about the 11th?
Yep.
Did y'all cover that?
Yeah, we did that at the beginning.
Yep.
I don't remember. That's how quickly things go out of this head, right?
Yeah.
And my hearing is horrible, so it's all good. That's why half the time y'all say something and I'll never hear it. So it's all good. But let's see. I'm just trying to brainstorm at the moment. It's just kind of funny how, for the longest time, everybody was complaining about, you got to complete the loop. You got to, bring things together so the loop will blah, blah, blah. And everybody was kind of focused on economy. And we've never needed an economy. Whoever was focused on economy,
I'm exploding shit.
Look at it from a different perspective. The way I look at it, filmmaking, I think, could possibly be that merger point that pulls everything together. Economy to me is, I could care less about an economy, honestly. I like coming in, I like building, and if somebody needs something, be like, hey, have you got such and such amount of this? I'm like, yeah, sure, here. Here's those items, You don't need an economy. Let the actual players themselves figure out what an economy is. Don't push something on us and be like, here, gold has to be your economy. us as players might figure it out that we like maybe platinum that we dig up in the world is worth more than your stupid little gold. You know, that's the world will dictate its own way of doing things. And a lot of times that is the best way to do it. Because if platinum's worth more to me because I can make 10,000 Roto-Rooters or something like that, then
Speaking of
That's-
Roto-Rooters,
yeah,
Speaking
then
of
that
Roto-Rooters,
is
hold
more
on.
valuable to me. Because maybe that particular item in the game is super hard to make, so it holds more value. So the platinum's worth more than anything else you could push on me.
so we filmed all day and late into the evening, and by the end of the night, we down to a thin crew, maybe about a dozen folks left. But this is some of the silly crap we were doing, and of course, this led
Literally-
to the famous,
Literally silly crap.
and this led to the famous taco video.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was. We wound up at the pub crawl, so we started hitting pubs and having dance parties everywhere we went.
I find that funny because you have a Kilroy was here in the background.
Yeah,
If you don't know what Kilroy is,
Google it.
Google it. It's great historical War II-ness in its finest.
Yeah, indeed.
We should have done the whole teleporter on this one, so it's just a constant stream.
Yeah. And
Back to what Tim was saying about not having an economy. Do you think there's a tendency lately to not want to play anything that you don't win something at? Like, if I don't win something, what's the point?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, that's where the achievements comes in. I mean, you're on a personal, when I log in, the way I look at it, yes, I interact with everyone that's in the game. People whisper me, "Hey, can you come help me?" Yes, I'll go over there. I'll help them. At the drop of a dime. But there are people out there. They don't want nothing to do with anybody. They want to sit there and do their own thing in their own little space and not be messed with. Maybe they got troubles of their own in the real world. They just want to get the heck away from it. Okay, there are those people. And if that's the way they want to live, don't push interacting with other people on them. It's just something that maybe they don't want that. They just want to be left alone so they can just relax and do their own thing. That's where achievements are great because they can work towards their achievements and have something that they gain from it. I have got my boots of Zephyr. I am the man, That is what they have maybe gone and worked towards.
well, we're seeing, speaking of those kind of achievements, now we're seeing something really cool done by a particular player, Nia Chris, who's built a maze, a puzzle that trapped. Who did she trap in there for 5 hours last night?
More talk?
Maltok. Seriously, he was in there for 5 hours, trapped inside Nia Chris's maze, and he was determined to solve it. And he did it. It took him 5 hours, but at the end, I think he got a prize. She had in a chest there in the middle of the maze. If you got all the way through, template of something cool that she had made. So we're seeing it. Look, we're desperate for the GM tools. I mean, really desperate for the GM tools. And what Nyquist is doing, she's just being innovative. Even though we don't have the DM tools, she's making her games and puzzles and putting in her own rewards, which is pretty darn cool.
We're going to turn Landmark into Mist.
Oh, that takes me back.
Indeed.
That would hurt.
1, 2, and 3 of Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
11th hour, 7th guest.
Well, guys, I got to wrap soon. I got to go get my kids at the bus stop. Any last thoughts about the movie making, the filmmaking that you want to touch on?
Not off the top of my head.
I think we covered most of it. Stay tuned for some more highlight clips. I will publish a few more highlights. Someone had asked earlier when I expect to have the edited movie ready, and hopefully a week from today. So we'll have something to enjoy and watch during the downtime. And we don't know what time the servers are going down, but we do know they're going down a week from today. So just stay tuned. We'll be shooting some scenes tomorrow, as long as I can get Lady Kathleen. So I got to send her an email with her speaking part. We've got some cool. So we need a military escort to take her off the island.
Somebody actually posted a image of a video. Ogre Snot did.
While you were sleeping.
Yeah.
While you were sleeping. Yeah, we got a awesome truck from Shatari, one from Philo, one from Ogre Snot. Joe, anybody else?
That's it. That's all I have so far.
Okay.
But if you want to send me your template.
These are prop only, so we can actually move them, right?
Well, we can't move them because then you can't move around.
Yeah, but Shatari's is prop only, for sure.
Ogre's is prop only.
Okay.
Philo's isn't, but I like his. So
Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's insane. And we visited Pirate's ship today on the show. That was the thing. So people are making their escape vehicles to survive the wipe, to get off world. It's fun. I like the way that the player community is just running with this idea. People have been building their mechs. We weren't able to get all the mechs into the movie, but hopefully we'll give everybody some credits at the end with maybe a little picture of their mech. And with that, man, that's a show. So let's go around and talk about what everyone's got going on later this week. Dyfed, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm not doing a lot in Landmark because I'm just waiting for the wipe. So playing a lot of Old Republic, and then it's my daughter's birthday this weekend, so a lot of family stuff going on.
Oh, cool. Well, good stuff. Pantera.
Well, I'm just kind of putzing around, building some stuff, not stopping. There's no reason to. You won't see me tomorrow or Thursday because that's my birthday on Thursday, and tomorrow I got stuff. So, but we still
Happy
got
birthday.
thank you. Send me the templates if you have like a military vehicle or something you want, or if you have Diamond Beard's trucks. Please let me know. Send me a geo template and or both.
Well, if anybody knows Diamond Beard, please get in touch with him. We want his Humvee.
Yes, we do.
want his
It's
back.
awesome. It is awesome.
Diamond Beard.
Yeah, if you can get him to post it up on Player Studio in time, I'll buy it with Station Cash.
I actually, it's down right now, right? You can't upload.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't.
upload?
Yeah,
But
they took
can you-
it down the
but
same
can
day
you
I got
reactivate?
approved.
But can you reactivate?
I tell you what, Gio said that if you bring him a template, he'll PayPal you.
All right.
Diamond Beard, indeed, man. I will.
Solved.
Right, yeah. The ability to submit new items to Player Studio went down the day I was approved for it.
Murphy's Law. But you should be able to just reintroduce stuff you've already submitted previously. Because if it doesn't get any activity, it just goes dormant and it gets taken out. So I think it's just a push of a button to reactivate. Anyway, Diamond Beard, if you're out there listening, man, we could use that Humvee and we'll cover you.
We
for
miss
it.
you.
And we miss you. Yeah, indeed. Timo, what you got going on this week, dude?
I don't miss him.
Did you even know him?
Yes, I do. I'm
Okay.
I'm giving him a hard time. That's all. Let's see. What have I got going? The rest of this week I'm gonna be streaming. Today I can't stream because as soon as this show ends, I got to go out and get my truck jumped and figure out getting a new battery put into it.
Fun stuff.
Last night, y'all don't know. That was.
That was me. Shut up.
Did Angel get his
Like, what
wings?
the heck was that? I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I was like, what the heck? Now, last night I was going to go to the store. So I went out to the truck. Got into the truck. Womp, womp, womp. I was like, what the hell? So I came back up, yelled on the mic, well, I ain't taking the truck. So open up, grab my bike, and I looked, and all of a sudden I got a flat tire on the bike. I'm like, damn. So it started pumping it up. And as soon as I went to take the pump off the back tire, the stem went like this, and I was like, well, crap, can't take the bike. Hey, I can't take the bike.
Can't make this stuff up.
And so I yelled on the, hey, I guess I'm not taking the bike. It went from a 5-minute trip with the truck to a 15 to 20-minute trip with the bike. And I ended up walking. I walked down to the store instead. And I don't even know how long it took. What, 30 minutes?
At least. You said
Something
you
like
jogged down and walked back.
I did. I jogged down there and walked back.
Did you blow out a flip flop? Step on a pop top?
Pop top.
No. I'm amazed it didn't happen. But if it happened, it would have been like tumbling down the steps.
And all the grocery bags ripped open. And
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I had this afternoon.
Wednesday? And Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday. The next Let's Talk Landmark be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Murren will be there. That's the one confirmed that I have so far.
We're gonna try and get a big panel.
We want a big panel, a really big panel.
Excellent.
We're talking
6.
at a minimum of 6.
That would be awesome fun. But if you're out there and you want to get crazy with us, bring it.
We want
Let
to
us
push a maximum of a possible 10
Okay.
on one show. We don't know how we're going to do it on Skype, but we're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It's cool.
Let's
Yeah,
try.
the subtitle
eight.
is Skype stress test.
Yeah, we're going to try from 6 to 8 people, if at all possible. If you're interested in coming on the show and like picking on me, yeah, feel free to do so. It'll be great.
It'll be good fun.
But I'm good.
Rest of the week, we've got the Morning Brew, 10 o'clock. Get here early. We used to do the show when I was doing it with Lousy. We'd start at 9 a.m. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be at 9:45. We'll be rolling footage from the movie set, footage that no one has seen yet. So tune in early, and you'll get a glimpse at some of the stuff that we've shot. It'll be good fun. And the rest of the week, we're going to be just tooling around, same old show, looking for stuff that new stuff by players we don't know, or even old stuff by players we don't know. There's so many builds out there to see, and it's all going to be gone. We don't know if many of these creations will come back or not.
Everybody knows what that sound means.
Yeah, it sure does, man. But rest of the week, 10 a.m.
Late.
Be here or be square. And we'll see everybody soon, man. Thanks for tuning in today. Talking about movie making and Landmark. Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
great one, everybody.
Bye.
Go out there and build something, everyone. It's not
Don't
too
stop.
late.
It's not too
It's not too late. It's not
too
too late.
The end of the world is nigh. Cheers, all. Hey, be good, guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.